Hello, I am Witch Nikki, and since yesterday we finished our series of Halloween books, and I haven't been able to find any more Halloween stories yet, but give me a day or two for the weekend and see if I can't find something else. I'd like to say hello and I love you to Aiden, Kaylee, Kennedy, Rihanna, River, Jordan, and Ginger Lily. Today, I thought I would help you do a very simple and cute little craft. What you need is some construction paper, crayons, or a marking pen, and make sure that it's an okay marking pen for you to be using. Some kids use permanent markers and then, it makes a terrible mess. And only write on the papers, okay? Or crayons. Any kind of crayons. You can use the big fat ones or whatever kind you have around. Now, some kids use a glue stick. It's like a little round, the best way I can tell you, it's kind of like a lipstick or a crayon type thing, and it glues the glue on like that. I don't have any more of those. I was lucky enough to find this here today. And you can use any kind of glue. I'm not doing a commercial for this kind of glue, but school glue has been around since I was a little kid. Also, glue is for on the papers. Try not to get it everywhere. Try not to get it in your hair, not up your nose, and not in your ear. And especially don't get it on the rug. But you know what? Moms can always clean up. This kind of glue is very kind of friendly to cleaning up, sort of, but try to keep it off. Only on the paper. You need a scissors. Mine are pointy and not to be used by some children who don't have the skill of cutting. But I do. I've been cutting since I've been in kindergarten, even before then, because my mom was into creating at the house, doing arts and crafts at the house, and we made a lot of things back in those days. And this is fun to do if you're by yourself and indoors for the day. I do encourage outdoor play. But when it's too rainy or too cold, we have a tendency to stay inside. Well, here in California, it's just too hot to go out. And I have my fan on up above, and it's still pretty warm. Anyways, you need some paper, like I said. And what you can do is, there's two ways to do a pumpkin, I think. One is to put it on yellow so that the eyes are glowing like when you put a candle inside the jack-o'-lantern. It's a pumpkin when it's closed up. But when you've cut it open and made eyes and stuff on it, it's a jack-o'-lantern. Did you know a long time ago people used turnips? And turnips were about this big or so. Yeah, that's true. They would carve turnips. Can you imagine that? Because turnips are solid like carrots, but round. And to cut eyes and stuff into it, my goodness, that took some work. Or if you want, you could put it on a black. See, it has a different look to it, huh? So you could do black or yellow. It's up to you what you want to do. Okay? Now, a little while ago, I did a whole video all the way, and they always having some little bit of troubles and stuff. and the video stopped. Now, I cut this pumpkin out freestyle. But you can draw a pumpkin if you want to first, the outside part, and then cut it out. And then if it's really hard to get the inside parts, you can have a grown-up help you. Okay? Because I don't want anybody to hurt their fingers. So most of you are probably going to draw a pumpkin first. So let me do that because I want to kind of do it the way that you guys would be doing it to show you how to do it. And this is the part that I was kind of having trouble with, is figuring out how to draw it for you so you could see what's going on. But see how I'm drawing? That's really hard to do. It's kind of tricky. So, but what you do is you start at one point and you make a circle. And it could be a wiggly circle. You come up to the top, come up for a stem, and come back down again. See? It doesn't look perfect. Pumpkins don't. They wobble to and throw, and some of them you could barely get to stand upright. But they all have odd shapes because they grow on the ground. And so then sometimes they turn this way, and if a farmer wants to get the other side, he might turn it around a little bit so that the sun will get both sides of the pumpkin. It's been too hot here in California, like I said, to cut open our pumpkins and make jack-o'-lanterns yet. So we're kind of waiting down to the last minute. Sometimes we do them just the night before. But you know what? I heard that if a pumpkin wilts, and that means it gets all wrinkly after a day of you cut it open, you put it outside, and then it gets wrinkly, like sad and saggy, that you could put it in water and soak it for a while till it gets like it soaks up the water and makes it fill full out again. So let me get started on this one. Now, with all of this paper here to hold on to, I might want to go ahead and cut out the face first, because that gives me more paper to hold on to. Okay, and I didn't even draw the face on there. Where's that pen? You can draw any kind of face on a jack-o'-lantern, any kind you want. Use your imagination. This time I'm going to go like this, and I'll show you when I finish. Okay, and then see that face? That's what I'm going to do. Kind of tricky. And I hope I can do it. Now, grown-ups know how to be very careful when they're cutting. So I don't want you to do this unless you're very, very careful. And what I like to do is, it's kind of hard for me to show you, but I like to poke a little hole where I'm going to start like that, and don't put my fingers in the way because the scissors are going to poke out. So you could use that's not sharp enough. Let's try this pen. You could use a pen also, and what you're going to do is, it's hard to show you, but you're going to poke a little hole like that right there, and that will allow you to stick your scissors in and cut it. Okay. It's hard for me to show you. I'll try. That's why I did one for you, because I wanted to make sure at least to get one. There we go. See that? Little hole right through there? Then you're going to do like this too. See, you just stick right through there. Then you turn the page. Do again over here, stick it out. See, I could see my fingers right through there. I could see my shadows. And it's okay if it rips or tears a little bit. Don't be discouraged. That kind of thing happens when you're starting out with your cutting skills. I see you. You see me? I don't know if you can see me. Anyways, I can see you. Now there's a little nose, and I'm just going to be very careful. Watch how I do this. See, I'm very careful not to get my fingers. That's why you need to have a grown-up. Just to poke through, but you don't put your fingers right where you're going to poke. There we go. Now we got the nose. Now let's do the mouth. Same way. Just poke it through anywhere. And then cut, cut, cut. Cut. Maybe it's better to get rid of all of this excess paper sometimes, because it all gets in the way. Up and down. I just like turn the page. Kind of hard to do sometimes. So you can make it any way you want to. Even if you make a mistake on this side, I'm going to show you, it's going to look good. You could just turn it around. Like if you go outside the lines like I'm doing here. Not doing the bestest job, but I'm just doing it. That's what we want to do. Just do it. There. Yeah. Okay. See that? Ooh. Looks scary already, huh? See, but I went inside and outside the lines too. Next, I like to do a special little cut or cropping, if you will. I'll show you what I mean, because now all of this paper is going to get in the way. So I like to cut off the edge as close to the pumpkin as possible. See, like that. Okay. Then you're just going to keep trimming. Maybe your cutting skills haven't developed yet, so it's okay. And if you get to this point, you don't know what else to do, this is what I like to do. I like to cut right into the line, going all the way around those circles. Like this. And you make little cuts going all the way up to the lines. You see how I'm doing? And I'm doing this backwards, but I could see the line. See, I'm going all the way around and just cutting right to there, right to the line. And I'll show you why, how it's going to be easy. Easy peasy. See that? Now cut here all the way around the pumpkin. Don't worry if you go around out of the lines or whatever. So you see there? See here? Now, let's see. Then you just cut one piece off, see? Now watch. Watch what's going to happen to all of these pieces when I follow the line and cut. They just start dropping right off. See that? See that? See that? You just pick them up as you go or after you get done. Help your mom sweep them off the floor, okay? Clean up after yourselves when you get done. Don't just throw all of this stuff on the floor, because then your mom will say the next time that you want to make something creative cutting out, she'll say, oh, you made such a mess last time. I don't like that. You need to help clean up the messes that you made, okay? So here he is, and he's kind of cutty up. Cutty up. See him? Little pieces here and there, but isn't it cute? And see? Here's the part with the lines on it. You go, oh no, I didn't cut the lines quite perfectly. Well, here's a magic trick that Witch Nikki is going to show you. Turn it around. Voila! All the lines have disappeared, and now you can't see them anymore. Yeah, isn't that fun? Okay, so now I need to set an example, don't I? Where's my trash? Not really, just kidding. You don't want to throw your papers on the floor. Your grandma or your mom or your dad, your parents won't be happy about all the mess you made. But if you do like this, see how I'm doing? I'm holding one hand as a little catch-it, a little catch-all for all of my pieces, see? See, like that? Isn't that easy? And then you just crinkle it all up. Now I do have a trash bag here. See? Trash bag to the ready. Throw it away, and there we go. No mess. No mess for your mom or your dad, your parents, to get upset about, because you learned how to clean up your mess. And that's the best part, a very good part about being creative, is cleaning up after your messes. Now, if you want to make a little card, let's do that. Fold it, paper in half, if you want, like this. And this pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern now, it is a jack-o'-lantern. This jack-o'-lantern's going to go on here like that. See? Yeah, you open this up just a little bit, or if you have those sticks, you're just going to go, remember, if you don't want the lines to show like that, and it's okay if they do, it shows that you drew it, and that's fine, but you're going to put the glue on there with the stick, like that. Try not to get it on that card part. But here's what I do. I usually take another piece of paper that I'm not going to use. So if I get any glue on there, it won't matter. It'll be my sort of like my tablecloth, I guess. I shake it down a little bit. Now, you see how, I hope this is going to work. It will. I have to squeeze it a little bit, but a little bit's coming out, see? You're just going to put like a little dab, not a whole bunch, because that will make it, and just go all around the pumpkin. Part of his mouth tore a little bit, but that's okay, because once you put it down, it's going to, and I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you that even grown-ups can have little accidents with stuff. And you don't want to get too much glue all over the place, because then you'll have it sticking everywhere, and we don't want that. See, where did it go? Oh, right here. See? I think it tore. See? But once I glue this on my card, see that? This is the way it's going to go for me, then that little tear won't even show. I'm going to put it right about here. Press it down nicely. There we go. And it's okay that if there's any little sticking up parts or anything, that just makes it look more like a jack-o'-lantern for real. And now see, that's a dark jack-o'-lantern with the darkness in the background. Some people like that because they think it looks spooky-ish. I'll show you something else in a minute with this. But let's put him over there. And then I'm going to get this yellow one, bright yellow. So my time. I'm doing good on my time. See this? Ta-da! Now this one I didn't draw. I just cut it out freestyle. That means I didn't draw it first. I just cut it out. That's how come it's like that, with no drawings or lines on it. Oh, let's get my tablecloth. Just in case. This glue is being kind of difficult. Okay, squeeze it with 2 hands. Let me see, is it coming? Yeah, it's coming out. No, we don't need a whole bunch, but you might need mom or somebody or dad or somebody to squeeze it out there for you. You know what, too? Because this gluing on is going to take up all of my time. Now, since this is the tablecloth part, I'm going to put just a little bit there. Not too much. That's enough. Whew. That's enough. Oh, I'm going to get my finger sticky, aren't I? That's okay. You know what? Let's see. Yeah, that's okay if we get glue on our finger. So I'm going to use my fingertip and just dot it, smooch it on here and there. See? A little bit everywhere. And did I get my finger sticky? Yes, I did. What can I do? Tablecloth paper. Wipe it off. If it's still kind of sticky, wipe it off again. If it really bothers you, go wash your hands. It'll come right off. But I like to just do like that. Rub it off. And see, it comes right off. See? Tablecloth paper. It's good to use again for something else, painting or something. Now we're going to put this about in the same kind of spot, because if we're going to make some kind of little card or something, you want to have enough room to write something here or something here. Now, if you want to say something, see, like this one, it's all black. So here on this one, we could still write something. I'm going to put him over there now. And here. And I drew something on this side, but I'm going to use it again. I'm going to make a little, oh, that crayon fell on the floor. I'll pick it up in a minute. What are those called? A little bubble, like a thought bubble or something. I don't even know what I'm going to say, but I'm going to do, you know, like in the comic books and stuff. Sometimes you save paper. Putting it in my bag right down there, not on the floor. So, you see what I mean here? This little thing. So, it can go right here, so he's going to say something. See? And tablecloth paper. I'm going to sneeze. Okay. I'm going to kind of hurry up a little bit. Now, you might want to put your message on there first before you glue, because then it'll be kind of wet. I'm going to put happy Halloween. That's easy and simple enough, isn't it? And you could send one of these cards to anybody that you want to. And you can even stick it up a little bit like this. Just so you know, like this. Or you could put it over here like this. However you want. Like that. I'm just going to put mine like that. You can put it right on top since it'll just take a little bit. Oh, way too much. What do you do when you've taken too much? I'll show you. Scoop it back in. See? That's all. If you need help with doing that, then please ask for it. I'm sure somebody will be around to help you. Say, I spilled too much out here. What do I do? What do I do? Okay. Kind of hurrying because my time's almost up. There we go. And you can add more. I'm just showing you to get it done. See that? And then you could take another piece of white paper and glue it inside and make a message for a friend. And you could either give it to them like this, or your teacher, or your grandma, or your friend, or your cousin, or somebody. Happy Halloween! And here's the lit up one, so you can make a message on that side too. And write anything you want to in their form. You don't have to just put Happy Halloween. You could put trick or treat or something. Whatever your creative mind thinks up to do. That's what's important. That you're creating something nice and loving and thoughtful for somebody in your life. Well, this is Witch Nikki, and I hope that you've enjoyed this little video. Even though it wasn't a story, it was fun, wasn't it? Use your imagination and be creative. See you at next time.